Skynet deployment project launched. Launch protocol initiated. Object launch in 3, 2, 1.
Hey yo, what is up? If you liked that intro, a little bit creative intro, please remember to subscribe and give this video a like. This helps out my channel a lot. And this is a game that kind of like, summarizes my experience with the T-832 or the T-32M or whatever tank you want to call this, the Terminator. Man, not a bad tank at all, just like the Tech 3 T-32, except this thing has worse reload time, 2 seconds slower reload time, but much better accuracy and dispersion. The dispersion 0.32, the T-32 on the Tech 3 is 0.36, so a 0.04 improvement in accuracy. Now the vertical stabilizer on this tank is not needed. The equipment is not needed. As you can see, I'm running a turbo instead. That's because the moving dispersion is 0.16, just like the Tech 3 version of this tank. 0.16 dispersion is pretty good. If you're running vents with this tank, you've got BIA crew skills, you've got some gun improvement skills on your crew. You don't really need the vertical stabilizers. Instead, you can run a turbo like me, or a lot of people like to run the hardening equipment, which is also useful because it increases your survivability, the hardness of your tracks. You're more difficult to track, you're more difficult to keep in place. So a lot of people are using that, the hardening. Me, I prefer a turbo because the turbo gives me just a little bit more options, a little bit more mobility to flex around, move to different places, and try to use mobility to help me get a bit more damage out of this game. Now, this game is kind of like weird in a little bit because this game is supposed to have been wrapped up. This game should have been a slam dunk because early in this game we are already kind of like leading with the damage, and I've already killed 2 tanks. I think both the kills are my kills, and I'm already doing damage here and pushing forward. But if you look at the map, we are up by 1,000 hit points. We have control on our side of the map, the northern side of the map. There shouldn't be any reason why we could lose out this game, right? Because we're in a dominating position. There should be no way we can lose out on this match. In fact, now I'm pushing forward. I'm trying to get my team to go forward with me and see if we can finish this game and close this game out, and try and get as much damage as possible. As I'm farming this Tiger one, he doesn't even notice I'm there. Maybe he's a bot, or maybe he is tunnel visioned, but I have an idea where the artillery is, and I know that he's on the in front of me, so I'm just trying to go forward there and use this building as cover so that the artillery can't hit me while I farm this guy out. Now he's dead, and I've got a chance to shoot the BZ-176 at the back of the turret. Now in hindsight I could have switched to the HE shells and tried to pen him from the back of the turret. It looks like an easy pen there, but I didn't know it's going to take me so long to wither him down, and I'm stunned there a little bit, and my reload has slowed down. I don't know if I should use my med kit to speeden up my reload, but I decided to save the med kit just in case in the future I might need it. But here we finish off that BZ-176, no problem at all. We are ahead by 4 tanks and we have 2,000 hit points advantage. There is no reason we can lose this game. In fact, I just want to make sure that I survive, and I want to make sure that I'm able to farm as much damage as possible so that I can get out a nice video for you guys. The HWK is going in front to do some spotting or whatever, but the rest of our light tanks are at the back. The T-71DA and the other T-832 is at the back on the eastern side of the map, and it doesn't look like those guys are doing any spotting for our tank destroyers at the back, the Scorpion and the ISU. They're not doing anything because they're not spotting anything. The HWK-12 that's next to me, he's not spotting anything except that maybe this ELC even, and he's trying to do damage for himself. So what am I to do? I am the furthest one out in the front and I'm by myself. I need to make sure that I'm preserving my hit points as well as try to get as much damage as possible. I don't want to die too early and risk losing a nice replay. So I'm trying to preserve my hit points as well as try to advance, try to win it for my team. I'm trying my best here, but I need a little bit of help here. We're controlling most of the map. We have the numerical advantage. We did have the hit points advantage, over 2,000 hit points, but it looks like we've lost all that advantage. I'm trying to get back that advantage by shooting that Lorraine, the artillery piece on the enemy team. Looks like my HWK also trying to do some damage. He does some damage and finishes off that Lorraine. And now we have our SHPT TVP YOLOing forward into their base, and I don't know if this is a good idea, but it looks like we're evening out all the hit point advantage that we used to have. We don't have it anymore, and our SHPTK is dead because he YOLO'd out in front, and now we have only a 1 tank advantage and we are actually down 450 hit points. And I'm not sure if I should go forward or not because it looks like I'm by myself. The Iron Arnie that's next to me doesn't look very interested in going forward. Man, I'm in a tough situation. I'm trying to do damage. I'm trying to get a good video out. I'm trying my best here, but then I don't want to throw my HP as well. Man, the games that you get out in tier 8s nowadays, it's kind of like a roll of a dice because you don't know what you're gonna get. One moment you are leading with 4-5 tanks advantage and you're up 2,000 hit points, and within a blink of an eye we are now down 4 tanks and down 2,500 hit points. What am I supposed to do here? I've got full HP and I've already done 3.8k. I've done my share. I've been forward and I'm trying to do my best out here not to YOLO and die, but I'm left with no choice. I have to go forward to see if I can get that Burask, try to spot him out or try to flush him out. That HWK-12 could have stayed with me and used his vision to try and spot the Burask instead of going on a solo mission and try to get his own damage. But I'm fortunate here that the Burask isn't very good. He didn't do very well. The Iron Arnie is helping me out here and finishing him off. But it's just the three of us left. Just a blink of an eye like that. It's only the Iron Arnie, me, and the HWK-12. And just like that, the Iron Arnie is dead. It's only me and the HWK-12. We were leading this game comfortably, and somehow we managed to throw this game. Now, could I have done better? Yes, I could have done better. I could have YOLO'd that Burask earlier when he was in that water like 50 meters ahead of me. But I didn't know that my team was going to major throw this game away, and just like that, from leading 5 tanks with 2000 hit points, we've managed to throw this game. But how do I find this tank? Pretty interesting tank, just like a T-32M, quite competitive. Not the best tank in the world. If you want the best tank in the world, it's gonna be the Renegade, it's gonna be the Skoda T56, it's gonna be the 703 version 2, it's gonna be the E75 TS. Those tanks are gonna be better than the T-832, but this tank is not bad at all. If you're going to spend a little bit of gold, 3,500 gold to improve your battle pass, and then grind out this tank and then get it for grinding out the rest of the game, and just spend 3,500 gold, totally worth it. Even if you spend 11,000 gold and free grind all the way to the T-832, it's still not a bad tank. Just not the greatest tank in the world, but very competent and good tank. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.